In this video, we'll be covering how to grow your agency faster than anyone else, and specifically what the highest leverage things are that you can focus on, that you can work on, that's going to make sure that you have full clarity and that you know that the business is going to move forward as a result of doing that, right? So what we're going to be covering in this video is the story of me working 12 hours per day and the agency still not growing, the theory of constraints, common constraints that you're facing right now and how to resolve them as quickly as possible, the weekly review system. I'm going to give you a resource that you can take away. You can use it every single week. It's honestly one of the highest leverage things that I do like at any time, and then some principles as well. So if you don't know me, my name is Welby. I have personally scaled over 250 agencies. I'm the founder of AGP. It's one of the fastest growing agency consultancies right now. We're coaching some of the biggest programs in the space, Iman Gaji, Charlie Morgan, all of that. And very simply, the goal of the channel is to attract talent, right? We want the best people at the company, but also provide all the information that you would need as an agency owner to get bookings, sign clients, scale up, remove yourself. And then if you want an expedited process, you just want to speed things up, then you can work with us to just make that a lot easier. So if you want more info on what we do, just check the link in the description. It'll be a video explaining what we do, how it works, and if it makes sense, then by all means, schedule a call. So starting with working 12 hours a day. Now, this has happened many, many times. It's kind of like a reset for me, where it's like, you have those days where you wake up, things are good morning routine, go to gym, come back, start working, a lot of things happening, Slack is busy, Slack is popping, you're doing this, finish your deep work, okay, client calls, okay, sales calls, okay, replying to this one. By the end of the day, you're exhausted. You're like, man, what a day. But then you sit and you think and you're like, what actually got done today? Yes, I did a lot of things. Like I moved a lot of things happened. I clicked a lot of buttons, but did the business actually grow? And it's like, no, nothing happened. So there was a point where I was doing this for like weeks on end, and then I checked the revenue, ding, same as last month. I was like, what? It's like I was working so much more. But the reality is this comes as a result of not working on the right things. It's like, yes, you can work to maintain the business, to reply to clients, to do the sales calls, to get the bookings, but is that growing the business? No, right? Because it reaches a point where your time is maxed out. So what this comes as a result of is you're not working on the constraint of the business. And that's what I'm going to cover today. So let me give you an example over here. Right now, I mean, if you try to book a call with us, because this is a very, this happens at every stage of business. If you try to book a call with us, ding, no times in June. We're booked out for June, right? And it's the 20th of June right now. So you can imagine it's like, I could be building the best funnels in the world, the best YouTube videos, all of this, but we don't even have any slots in the calendar, So what we can see here, if I just illustrate this as a diagram, it's like, okay, so we have all these leads coming in, right? Imagine these are the leads. These are the bookings. People who want to work with us, who are literally saying, hey, can I please book a time? But this is the sales capacity, right? Because you want to think of the business as a pipeline, right? And let's say we go over here, this is delivery capacity. Right? Let's say we've got a lot of delivery capacity. Let's just keep it simple for now. This is your agency. This is my agency. So these are leads, sales capacity, and then delivery capacity. Let me actually make that a D. Okay. So in our case, it's like, okay, we have so many people who want to book a time, so many people who want to work with us. This is the input of leads. It's like, wow, this is great. This is great. But even if we have all of this capacity, only this much can flow through because we don't have the sales capacity. We don't have the throughput for that. So it's like, even if we have all of this delivery capacity, it's like we still just get this little trickle coming in because this is the constraint. This is the constraint of the business, right? So you can see over here, I've put these diagrams as well. It's like, imagine this is your agency. This is the weak point because water can only flow through to the extent of the throughput available. Right? So it's the same in the business. If you don't have the capacity, then you can't do it. So the main reason I show you this is just so you can actually understand the idea of the theory of constraints. Because the reality is, in everyone's business, in your business, in my business, you have a constraint. It may be the case, going on to common constraints, this is the one I see very often with clients before they work with us, is that, let me actually remove this, is that it's the other way around. It's like they have the sales capacity. Let's say the founder has 8 hours a day to take sales calls, but they have no leads, right? So it's like, this is the lead flow. Then it's like, this is the sales capacity. This is the delivery capacity, but they don't have the lead flow. So they've just got this goofy little trickle of weak ass lead flow. And then it's like, all of this excess capacity is wasted, right? There's all that opportunity cost gone. So what we do is it's like, okay, I mean, hypothetically, let's say a client signs, we give them our acquisition systems, we give them setters, we automate the processes. Then it's like, boom, okay, capacity goes up. Let's just say it goes up to this point. Then it's like, boom, all this lead flow, boom, can use all this, right? So based on where you are right now, that is where your capacity is, right? So you just need to ask yourself, okay, what is your capacity? Is it the case that you have space in your calendar, you can take sales calls, but you just have no leads? If that's the case, okay, you need to work on getting more leads. All of your time should be focused towards, okay, I need to install a system where I can get more bookings predictably. That's it. That's your day to day. That's what you focus on. You don't, like, when this is the case, you shouldn't be working on your delivery system or your operations or your SOPs. It's like, no, just go get some bookings, you know? In the same way that it's like, in my case now with the sales thing, it's like we have all this capacity for leads. Like everyone wants to book, but the sales capacity is weak. So my time, like for example, this week, speaking to recruiters, building our hiring playbook, building our, like you call it a scorecard with like on-track earnings, all of that, like just saying like, okay, if you get a new rep on, they're going to make 10 to 15,000 if they hit these units, things like that. That's the scorecard. So that's my day to day right now. Now, obviously, what I've realized is I have a brand to maintain over here as well. So this is kind of just like maintenance, but this isn't growing the business. You may think, yeah, he's building the brand, he's building content, he's getting leads, but where are the leads going to go? And by the way, for anyone trying to book, because I've got a couple messages about this, if you are looking to book a time, just email info@theagencygrowthpartner.com. I actually I'll put a link to it as well. I'll put it in the description of the video in the description. But just email info@theagencygrowthpartner with discovery call or waiting list, and then we'll just add you to the waiting list so you can actually get a time. But anyway, so going back to it. So the common constraints, like I was saying, booking, sales, delivery, these are the big things, right? So if it's a case that you're getting all these sales, we were at this point as well, where it's like all these sales, all these things, but delivery capacity is low. And it's like, okay, you need campaign managers. Okay, you need people on delivery, you need meter buyers, whatever it is. Okay, so you just need to identify where you are right now. So honestly, take a second, think about it. Is it the case that you have time to do calls, to deliver, but you don't have the leads? Right? Then you need more leads. Is it the case that you have all these bookings, people wanting to speak to you, but you don't have the capacity? You need sales reps, right? That's it. So another thing I want to show you is that you as the founder of the business, I assume you're the founder watching this, is that at the start, it's the case that this capacity is your capacity. It's like, hey, do you have time in the day to do these things? But over time, what's going to happen is once you have a team, then the diagram that I was building out over here, let's say this is the capacity, whatever it is, that's a goofy looking drawing. I mean, I could just use one of these. This capacity isn't based on you. It's based on your team. So it's like, I have setters getting the bookings. I have sales reps doing the calls. I have client success managers doing the onboarding. I have whatever, all of that. So what's going to happen is your time as the founder is very quickly going to become the constraint of the business, which means that you need to start hiring. Now, if you check my last video on how to build an agency that runs without you, just go find that one. It's really good. It goes over the order in which you hire. And honestly, you need to start hiring as soon as you start getting to like 3, 5, definitely at that point, like 3 to 5 clients at least. And that's when you need to start hiring. And then it's like, okay, this is how you're going to remove yourself from the business. This is how you're going to increase the overall throughput available in the business. That's how you want to look at this. So there's a resource that I started doing. I actually got this from the 4-hour work week. And I've been doing this there was a point where I didn't do it. And that is a point where I was at this point where I was working 12 hours a day and wasn't growing. That is the only period of time when I wasn't doing this. But I would recommend everyone here does it. So it's called the weekly review. Now I made a template in Notion. It's something we provide to the clients as well right now. But essentially you want to go through this. It's super, super useful. So what I would do is I would block this time off, like every single Saturday, first thing in the morning. This is extremely high leverage time. I'll block off like 2 hours. Yeah, it won't take 2 hours, but just for thoroughness. So what you want to do is, this is going to help you identify what the constraints of the business are. Because let's say the goal of a business is for it to run without you, generate the cash flow and grow, all without you, right? So this is going to help you identify that. So this is an exercise you can do. I would take this, if you're a client, you should have this already. If you're not a client, then just take a screenshot or something. But you just want to go about answering these questions. So you can see here, if you had a heart attack and had to work 2 hours per day, what would you do to get to this point? So what this makes you do is you have to think, okay, I can only work 2 hours per day. What systems would I put in place so that I don't have to work for longer than 2 hours? So in my case, it's like right now, before, let's say I don't have a sales rep on and I have all of these bookings coming in. I'm taking calls 8 hours a day. What I would say is hire sales rep. What I would also say is, because like, okay, now what am I doing? Because you need to look at your calendar. So it's like, let's just say I was between, let me actually give a scenario. Let's say I was at, because this is the standard place where our clients are. Let's say we're at 7K per month. One like delivery and admin person, but I'm still doing setting, sales, client support, and then management. So what I would do in a situation like this is I would look at my calendar and then I would say, okay, so I'm doing 7K right now. I've got one delivery person, one admin person. And it's like, okay, if I could only work 2 hours per day, what would I do? It's like, okay, well, if I'm working 2 hours per day, I probably can't be answering client questions. So it's like, okay, delegate client support. To who? Well, the delivery person is doing the actual work, so they could probably do it. Okay, cool, delivery. Okay, that's cool. And then it's also like, okay, right now, that's cool. So I'll get the client support off. Then what am I doing right now? I'm doing setting, I'm doing sales calls, I'm doing management. Okay, that's a lot of time. So based on Ethan's video, which you should watch, okay, he said I should get a setter next. If I'm out of delivery, I'm out of admin. Okay, so hire setter. Okay, they handle all outreach, follow-ups, and bookings. Okay, so I don't have to touch bookings anymore. Okay, cool. So I just take sales calls. So I just do sales calls and I just manage the team. That's cool. Okay, cool. So then it's like, okay, well, Ethan said, okay, we need to get to 5 calls per day before we can get a sales rep. So what can I do to get to the 5 call? Okay, maybe we hire multiple setters. Okay, hire 4 setters and they all get 2 calls a day. Okay, so scale to 2 calls per day. Perfect, done. Then it's like, okay, cool. Next, hire a rep. Hire a sales rep. Then maybe like build sales rep playbook, right? Because these are the things that need to be done. Okay, this needs to be done before the rep. Cool, let's do that. Train sales rep. Okay, get him to 20% conversion rate. Like, this is how you want to think through this. And honestly, what I'd recommend is like noise canceling headphones, no distractions, blocked off times, whatever day, and just go through this and really think about it. Because what's going to happen is this becomes your plan of leverage. These are the actions that, if taken, allow you to grow the business without you being there. So you can see here, this is the start. Then it's like, okay, if I had a heart attack and had to work 2 hours per week, what would I do? Right? Then it's like, that's a little further, man. So then it's like, okay, so let's say I have these people on, I have the rep, but, oh man, but then I'm still doing meetings with the team. I'm still doing this. I'm still doing this. Then you want to list out, okay, what are the next steps? You know, it's like, okay, maybe it's like hire operations manager, train operations manager to take 90% of meetings. Okay. And look, these are all things that like these are things that we'd work with our clients to do. Like, this is what I mean by, assist with execution. It's like we would help them build these plans out, just give them what's working right now. But again, like, you can do it completely by yourself, but if you just want to speed things up, then again, just check the link in the description. I'll show you how we go about scaling agencies, the timelines, all of that. But you can see here, you just keep going through this, right? And you want to get to the point where like everything you can think of is gone, you know? Because what you're also going to realize is that if you want to get to the point where the business is fully running without you, like, I mean, fully, and this is what I'm working towards now, it's like you're going to need sales managers, you're going to need client success managers who manages the entire sales team. And what that means is that if you have a big sales team, you need to have the capacity for so many clients. And then it's like, it requires a lot of scale. So again, highly recommend this. Then the other things is like, okay, if you had a gun to your head and had to stop doing, what this means is 80% of all the time consuming activities, what would you remove? So like, what are all the things that you're doing, which is like, obviously just time consuming that you know you don't need to do? A big one for me was client support. So like answering messages and one-on-one calls. One-on-one calls was the big thing when I was running my agency, like check-in calls. We realized we don't even need that. But then this doesn't even have to be business things. It's like Instagram, YouTube. What are some other things? It's like meetings that run over. It's like, why do we need a meeting that's like an hour long? Why can't we get this done in 20 minutes? These are all things. Then this is a big one. What are the top 3 things that I use to full time to feel as though I've been productive? Again, really, really spend the time to do this, So this one for me, big one, are sales calls. It's like I was taking all these calls and I was like, why don't I just have a sales rep? It's like you feel productive, like things are moving. All right, boom, 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 boom. Replying to team members. Because the thing is, like, you do these things and it feels so cool. It feels like you're moving things forward. It feels like you're really running a business and things are moving forward, and you're like you're in an Uber and you're replying to your team messages and you get on a quick call and you feel like you're some business guy, but it's like, why are you doing that? Like, you don't need, like, you should have better systems, right? And then it's like, okay, finally, who are the 20% of people who produce 80% of enjoyment and propel you forward? And who is the 20% who cause 80% of depression, anger, and second guessing? So this is more of a personal thing, but honestly, it applies to business too. Like, if you have team members or clients that annoy you, that's a problem. Like, there's an issue there. So it could be like certain clients. Solution is like either just stop working with them or delegate the client support to someone else. It could be team members. Like, you would actually write the people's names, but it could also be people in your personal life. Like, I remember when I was living with my parents, I would write down their names. It's like, I'd be like, Mom, just because, and again, it's not like I hate my mom or anything, but it's just like, when I'd be working, and again, it's not her fault. She'd like start vacuuming, It's like, Mom, I'm on a sales call. It's like, oh, sorry. I thought I was just going to vacuum. So things like that. But then it's like, okay, just move out there. And that solved the completion. I was like, okay, you can do a vacuuming in her own time. But things like that happen, right? So yeah, highly recommend you do this every single week. I would schedule it out. Like I was saying, I've been doing this for a while. It's super, super good from the 4-hour work week. Would highly recommend it. So that's that one. The last thing I want to end on is some principles around this. The first thing that it's kind of something that I was like sprinkling in throughout, but the idea that busyness isn't productive, right? It's like, just because, and again, it's like, it's something I had to deal with when I started, because I used to think like, oh, because a big thing that I would do is like in the mornings, a nice habit that I had for me was like, okay, phone off, focus work, 2-3 hours, I build these things. But then it got to the point where I was like, oh, but like maybe I should be working in the morning. So it's like first thing in the morning, check the phone, reply to all the messages, reply to all my WhatsApps, reply to all these things, boom, boom, handle all of that. And it's like, did I even need to do that? Because now my focus is just like fried for the rest of the day, And again, if you're at the point where that makes sense, then it does. But that's usually like, if you're completely out of execution. Think of like someone making multiple millions per year, like 10 million plus, all right? They literally don't do anything in the business. Their pure goal is just managing the team and making sure things move as quick as possible, right? That's when it, I think, makes sense. For me right now, it's like, can I say that? Yes. Do I have a team doing everything? Yes. Like, can I just not be here? Yes. But there's still building that I need to do. It's like these videos. It's like, I don't really need to stop doing this, because I don't think I'll stop like building a brand, all that. But again, this is building. This is work. This had to be done. So again, busy does not mean productive. And then the other thing is efficiency versus effectiveness. It's like, I remember like in when I was in like high school and stuff, like I would have all these super efficient like email management hacks. It's like, yeah, man, like I memorized all these shortcuts and I know exactly how to do this. Like, man, the stuff that I could do with like email and all these other apps and stuff that I had, it was like, how did you do that so fast? I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, I'd make these custom shortcuts on like the keyboard. Such a nerd. But then it's like, okay, you could have all these things and you could be super efficient, but are you actually moving anything forward? Like, if I just hired an assistant, which I do now, I don't even touch my email. It's like she just manages the whole thing. So it's like efficiency is getting things done quickly. Effectiveness is getting the right things done. I make one decision, I never have to touch email again. Or I could be like some keyboard automation shortcut nerd and just like, I don't know, doing some weird stuff there. So either way, hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions on it, then just let me know. Otherwise, like I was saying, book a call if you're, I say book a call, but if there are any slots. If not, just message us on any platform. We'll add you to the waiting list. But other than that, really do take action on this. I really do mean this. Like, I'm making this, like, the goal of this, I'm not even trying to get like maximize retention or anything, all these like YouTube stats. It's like, just use this stuff. I promise it's useful. Other than that, talk to you soon.